Alright, so I'm still in the ending sequence of chapter 3, and I just agreed to go into another battle that we clearly didn't have to go into. I do think I've been doing something dumb. When they're divided like this, we should go for the big crowd and try to weaken them because they'll lose turns to the other crowd. But I want to make sure my units they can reach with their heavy hitters, they've got these two big ones, are units I don't mind getting hit. So I'm going to put Fasolt and Maugre in the middle. And then I do want Luden and Yrsa to be in range to do stuff to them. But I think in general I should be looking to go left here, because if they're split, they're going to have half their turns going to each side, while all our turns can go to our units converging on one side. And if I want to take advantage of that, I should be trying to take out the bigger force. So we should see if they can reach any of us. They can reach Hakan and Gris, but that turn's far away. So I'm going to wait and see where they move. Now Hakan can be reached by this 810. But actually, could we just go kill this 810? We'd be in danger of a 910, but we have 12 armor. We can take that. So let's just pick someone off while we have the chance. Now we don't want to pick too many off because we don't want their big hitters to get tons of turns. When do you get your next turn? Pretty soon. Fasolt goes first. I'd love to land in between. I think this could. And I think Fasolt will have a turn in time to maybe make a wall. Or some kind of ability to get in the way so Yrsa doesn't just die. And I really, obviously, want to get damage on those two. Especially, especially this one. So let's move here. It's not going to be the perfect distraction, but that's okay. We can get you vulnerable. And if the other one hits Yrsa, it's down to 13. You know, Yrsa now has enough armor, she does survive, which she wouldn't have before. Now, I didn't put Luden near Gris again, so we can't do fun impale tricks. But I'm still going to push you back. And enough that as you come back towards the action, you'll take 2 more damage. And they waste a turn, which is great. Got to take advantage of these split up enemies. Gris can't reach anyone. Okay, we'll just move somewhat closer to the action. And I need Maugre to be doing shield damage. The big threat. So if we can get it down from 16s, this fight should be pretty comfortable. So does this have the next turn? It does. We'll probably go for Maugre though, right? Maugre draws fire. So I think it's a little scary to put Hakan in a zone where it could be hit by something with 16 power. But I think it's pretty likely this will attack Maugre. And it does. Wonderful. Okay. Now if you hit these two, none of them really threaten you that much. You know, they'd have to both hit you to kill you. This might be a little risky, but they can only do 1 each to you. So if either goes for armor, you're safe. He can probably, yeah, impale doing work. We don't mind Luden taking a little damage. And now, maybe Fasolt should just get in the way, make sure she lives. Yeah. Let's make sure Yrsa's safe. I was hoping they would rock over the coals again. Fasolt's a pretty good wall, but he's no Maugre. I'm just going to impale this guy again. Why not? Why not? This isn't a war, so I don't have to worry about a second wave. He can reach Yrsa, but he can only do 1 to her, I think. Oh, I forgot they could use willpower. I am an idiot. She should have died there. That was very dumb. That said, we survived, so it must have been brilliant strategy. And this one can't reach Yrsa. So she won't fall here. Sult's a good wall. Logger's a good wall. And we can now get this guy down to 7. Great. Alright, he's summoning. Fine if he summons. That just means when we get another kill, we get more renown for the fight. Now, sure, Hakan could finish him, but actually, just get him closer to the action. It's good that it moved an extra square to get to Luden. Takes the extra damage. And now, we want to keep Yrsa alive. Who is next turn? It's this guy. This guy can't reach her no matter what. Let's duck over here and slag and burn, per usual. It's just very nice, reliable, like... 2 damage doesn't seem like a lot, but 2 damage that skips armor can be such an effective way to get an enemy in range. If we move 1 over, who is next turn? You have next turn. So if we move 1 over, we make Yrsa a lot safer. And 7 power. If you power up, do you have any will? Has 1 will. Alright, so I'm going to do 1 damage to it. I'll do 2 damage to it, just to make sure if it runs over to Yrsa. Oh, it would have to go through coals to get to her, though. So I think she was safe either way. Yeah. Alright, so that wasn't quite as clever as I thought. We're just going to keep impaling this one and having him run over and get weaker and weaker. I quite like this strategy. Impale's a good move. Oh, that guy can reach Yrsa too. I missed that. Well, I missed that. Certainly want to weaken the thing with 10. Alright, they made a friend. 8-10. We can live with that. And Mogger. Why don't you just rest? It's what you're best at. Luden's in some trouble. No, Luden has 11 armor. Luden's a lot more survivable than he once was. And Hakan can just do murder. And you're down to 1. Beautiful. I like Impale. I guess the 9-7 is kind of the only problem left on the field. So you can't do much about that. Well, you're probably just going to be hitting for armor anyway. No, I don't want to use Malice. The Malice would make the 9-7 forced to attack Assault, but I don't think this is necessary. I think just get it in range where someone else can hurt it. Luden. 70%? Could have him kill the 3-7. Or weaken it. Takes a point though. Let's go for the 5-7. Can do useful damage to that. Love that Mogger draws fire. Always goes well. Nice promotion for Gris. Gris has been a decent unit. Like, clearly not our best Varl, but very usable. Kind of want to just sit with Mogger for tradition, but bring this to 1. It's not like Mogger needs 3 more shields here. This was a pretty under control fight. Alright, Hakan, you can do 17 damage. Tempted to use +3 to power it up just because I don't need the will for anything else, and it's fun to do massive amounts of damage. But, yeah, we can just clean this one up. Definitely a relaxing fight after the last few is much appreciated. It's the first one to really not, the last like 4 to not feel just horrifying. I think chapter 3 is the longest chapter in the game. 2 was a decent length. That was our first humans chapter. 3 is really long. I think 5 and 7 are pretty short. It's a 7-chapter game, if I remember right. Not sure I remember the exact pacing, but I think it looks like that. And we're leaving. And we're in cutscene. I can't go to camp. So I do think this is the end of the chapter. We went to Ridgehorn. We found a mender and a dead woman with him. We found a bunch of dredge, but not much about them there. Hopefully the mender can get us some information or something, but not a big story advancement actually there. We do not know why the dredge were drawn to that place, or seem to be coming from it either. And now Hakon's party is headed back to Grofheim, but I think we will be switching back to the human party now. I think that was the end of chapter 3, and we're ready to return to the humans. And this is a very short video here I'm going to be doing, I think, because I was just trying to finish up and decided to split it into 2 videos in case it ran long. But quick one to end chapter 3. Hakon, join me a moment. There's something I thought you'd want to see. Is it a welcoming party from Grofheim bearing mead? That's about the only thing I want to see. No such luck. The mender from Ridgehorn woke up. He says his name is Eyvind. Sounds like a mender name. How is he? Not well. Where are we? A day or 2 from Grofheim. We found you at the tower of Ridgehorn. What were you doing there? Grofheim? No, that's the wrong way. Juno, where is she? Where's the woman who was with me? She didn't make it, my friend. We only brought the living with us. No, we have to go back. I don't think so. We barely made it out 2 weeks ago. Do you know why the dredge were crawling all over Ridgehorn? Dredge? We have to go back. It's a damned graveyard, boy. I'm sorry, Eyvind. The girl was dead when we got there. What we have to do is tell Jorundur what's happening and prepare for a bloody war. So if you... She's dead. I couldn't save her. I couldn't save her. Eyvind suddenly looks spent. He slips to the ground, and you motion for some Varl to help him onto the cart. Not what I had hoped to hear. Not sure what I was hoping. Come on, Eyvind. Sooner we get to Grofheim, the better. Some things to think about here. Again, we don't have control to camp or anything else, so we're clearly... Dread grips me as we approach Grofheim. None of us expected to see a city unscathed, but what we find steals the very breath from my lungs. Oh, this doesn't look great. That sure looks like Grofheim has been destroyed. The world's coming apart at the seams. Chapter 4, Lest They Not Come Home. Bad news. And we're switching viewpoints. I do think they often switch viewpoints just as we're getting really invested. Like just as we make it into Frostveller on the other side, just as we reach Grofheim, the moments of kind of high tension are the moments the game takes the opportunity to be like, well, you'll definitely be invested when we return here. Let's go to the other party. So I'm going to be looking for a place to save and quit. Because it's very late at night right now, where I am. What did I tell you, Rook? Says Echo, who we didn't agree to work with. The man has a crazed look about him. He stands, axe pointed in your direction, on the other side of a dozen men. Echo, you son of a bitch. Remember what I said. Think carefully about what you want. This is what you get. Echo walks away, leaving you to deal with his thugs. I think we'll have a chance to save quit before entering the battle. Yeah. But I remember our party. Oh, what a beautiful cast. And Alette doesn't like fighting humans. That's wonderful. Good for her. Let's upgrade Oddleaf while we have the chance, because I like Oddleaf. She has a fun ability to use. It's been so long since we've had this party. What do we... Well, I've learned I like armor on archers. I guess strength is always useful. We'll put the points there. Can't go too wrong that way. And what items do we have? We have 15 dodge strength, not that useful. And really nice equipment on Ivor, especially at level 1. And yeah, this was our party. Why do we have Ivor going last? Ivor's our heavy hitter here. Eagle runs forward and heals. Rook can give free attacks to other characters, so we should usually go after those. Hogan and Mogan are just not amazing units. It's been a while. Alright, and we will quit here. Cheers.